And so here is just a quick message for teachers as you look ahead at 2021. I think that there are three things that you can do as teachers that will make all the difference to you as you face another year of disruption. The first is that you need to find your COVID pace. And I have a real fear for all of us, but especially for teachers, that you gave us your heart and soul in 2020. And you worked so hard with all of the disruptions that you were facing. And you got to the end of the year and you took your break and you thought, right, at least that's over. Now you arrive in 2021 and you realize it's more of the same. And I think that there's a danger that we've been running a marathon at sprint pace. We're running a marathon. It's a COVID marathon. And we're only about halfway through. And the danger now is that you're going to run out of energy. And what you've got to do in that situation, if you discover in a marathon that you have started too quickly and you've used up more energy than you should have in the first half of the race, you've got to slow down and you've got to rebuild your reserves. So don't run into 2021 with a chaotic mindset, with a mindset of just go, 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 go and respond to crisis, respond to crisis. You need to approach 2021 in an energy conservation mode. Now, I'm not trying to give you an excuse to be lazy, and if you're a school leader, I'm not trying to give your staff excuses to be lazy. Please don't hear that. Lazy teachers need to be dealt with, and there are some in the system. But in general, that's not who I'm talking to. We know this. Teachers are not lazy. Teachers are committed professionals. But they don't have unlimited supplies of energy and unlimited reserves. We need to look after our teachers. If you are a leader in a school, do everything you can this year to reduce the burden on your teachers, to make a buffer between your teachers and the parents in the system who put so much pressure on the teachers. If you're a parent, don't put pressure on the teachers, please not. We've got to be able to run through this whole year, 2021, and not run out of steam. So find your COVID pace, whatever that means for you, for your team, and for your school. The second thing that you need to do is more collaboration. Last year, you went into crisis mode to respond to moving online or to a hybrid education environment. Of course, you had to, in many cases, rewrite your lessons. You had to think about what it was to take your topic online. Some of you didn't do a great job and you did the best that you could do, but it wasn't the best job available. But you had to bring creativity and innovation to the system. What I'm suggesting by more collaboration as the second thing to focus on is, instead of approaching 2021 again with a crisis mindset, realize you've done some work, you now have some experience, but the next thing you need to do is another layer of innovation. And that is to say, why can't you collaborate with other teachers? Maybe you're in a big enough school where there is more than one teacher. You've got a department of teachers, and you can get other teachers involved in preparing lessons, in sharing their insights, and in even putting some lessons online in video format. Maybe finding lessons that already exist in places like the Khan Academy and so on, that exist for free, that you can access. Maybe you were doing that last year, but now I want to push you a little bit. Please find a way to collaborate in your region, in your district, in your association, wherever you are. Please find a way to collaborate across different schools. There might be 10, 12, 100 schools in a particular grouping, a cluster that you're involved in. Why should all of the maths teachers, the English teachers, the geography teachers, the history teachers, why should you all work equally as hard to prepare all of the lessons that you need to take virtually and online or in a hybrid space this year? Why can't you spread that work around all of the different schools and communicate and collaborate and connect with each other? I think this is the cleverest bit of innovation that you can bring into 2021. And it might take a little while to set up, but rather put your energy and resources early on in the year to setting up those collaborations, and then you'll get the benefits towards the end of the year. Maybe that's your 21-kilometer half marathon reset that you need, is this collaboration. And the third thing I think that you need to focus your attention on is to give a holistic education to our children this year. And this might mean pushing back against parents in particular, pushing back possibly against the school leaders, against the education departments, because B.F. Skinner said this way back in 1964. He said, education is what remains after what has been learned is forgotten. You probably know that as a professional teacher. You've heard that quote many times. For those of you who maybe haven't heard it, let me say it again. Education, the real purpose of education, the character building, the formation of human beings, education is what remains after you've forgotten everything that you've learnt. Think about that as you think about what your role is as a teacher in 2021. Young people, maybe more than us adults, are going to be struggling with another year of disruption. What use is it if children get to the end of this year having got a whole lot of facts pummeled into their brains, but completely and utterly fried, psychologically disturbed and damaged, physically and mentally unwell? Education this year, more than any other year, has to be about the whole person, has to be holistic, has to be focused on wellness rather than just content. And yes, I know we've got to try and do both. We've got to get that balance. We've been talking about balance all the way through COVID, the lives and livelihood debate, and now it's about wellness versus curriculum. There's so much for us to learn during the COVID disruption. I think the curriculum is the least of our worries. We need to learn about character. We need to learn about resilience. We need to learn about innovation and creativity. And if we can get a little bit of our curriculum content shoved into all of that other learning as well, we'll have had a good year. But if all of our children reach the end of this year and they've learned something, they've grown as people, and they are well, then we will have succeeded. Teachers, I know you know this, and I know that you're battling against parents and education departments to get this done. I wish you all the best of success in this year ahead.